Brilliance Audio.
Too Soon for Adiós by Annette Chavez Macias. Performed by Luzma Ortiz. My mother was the type of woman who always made sure she looked her best. She felt naked without lipstick or a pair of earrings, and she never ever left the house in sweats or, God forbid, without a bra. And although I'd done my best to make sure she would look perfect today, death did not become her. I blinked back tears as I studied her face. The woman in the casket didn't look anything like my mom, but I couldn't really blame the mortician. The past 3 months had taken a toll on her appearance. Cancer hadn't just eaten away at her insides. It had destroyed everything my mom thought had made her beautiful on the outside. Her long, thick brown hair, her smooth olive skin, and her bright, infectious smile had disappeared long before anyone at the funeral home had touched her. "Are you ready, Gabi?" I knew Auntie Martha was asking if I was ready for the mortuary staff to open the doors so my mom's memorial service could begin. But she also could have been asking if I was ready to say goodbye. Yes. No. Sure, I finally said, and reached out to straighten the collar of my mom's favorite turquoise-colored dress. The last time she'd worn it was 8 months ago, when I'd taken her out to dinner to celebrate my new job at a very posh restaurant. She'd been in remission at that time. Then, 6 weeks later, she wasn't. Martha hooked her arm around mine and walked me to the small chapel's front row, which had been reserved for immediate family. I took a seat closest to the aisle. Martha sat down next to me, and Lily sat next to her. No one else would be joining us in that row. We were it. We were my mom's immediate family. I had no siblings, and my dad, Juan, had passed away when I was 16 from a heart attack. Martha and Lily weren't related to my mom by blood, but they were basically her sisters. The 3 of them had been best friends since the 1st grade and had lived next door to each other in the Milagro Gardens housing projects in East LA for years. Lily was the oldest of the trio by about 4 months, and Martha was almost a year younger. While Lily and my mom bonded over shopping, makeup, reality TV, and their mutual love of fine wines, Martha and my mom loved going to concerts and musicals together, were the only 2 members of their murder mystery book club, and for some reason had made it a mission of theirs to try every coffee house in the county. They were her ride or dies, walking with us, sometimes carrying us, through every horrible step of this horrible journey. When my mom's illness wouldn't let her continue working, Lily, who now lived in Las Vegas, hired someone to come to my mom's house to cook and clean. When my mom fell behind on her mortgage payments and lost her home, Martha insisted that my mom move back to Milagro Gardens and become her roommate. And when I made the decision to quit my job so I could spend every last moment with my mom, I had moved in too. Lily and Martha were the only ones left in this world who knew how funny, sharp, charitable, opinionated, and bossy my mom could be. They definitely understood what I was going through. Even still, there were moments when I couldn't shake the feeling that I was all alone in the world now. For the next hour, I did my best to pay attention to the minister, who sermonized about life after death. I smiled at and then hugged the dozen or so mourners who had come to pay their respects. A few I recognized as some of my mom's former coworkers at the dental clinic where she'd worked as an office manager for almost 20 years. But most were friends from the neighborhood. The people who had wrapped us up in love and casseroles once we realized time was about to run out.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.